It's a choice how you want to feel, because it's no one's responsibility and no one is actually making you feel any type of way. It's all coming from you. You are choosing to feel the way that you do. And you can blame it on the outside, you can blame it on people and say that they are the reason that you feel certain ways. But understand that nobody is victim and you are actually creating all of your experiences. So you are choosing to feel the way that you do. In this society, it's as if people are addicted to lack and feeling bad. And why I say this is because they cannot see from a different perspective. I mean, they could, but they're choosing not to. They're choosing to do cycle over cycle over cycle of the same experiences in different people, situations, and circumstances. And this will continue to happen until they take full accountability and realize that actually they aren't victim and they are responsible for the way that they feel. You cannot blame and put other people responsible for the way that you feel. Just like you don't expect anybody else to blame you or make you responsible for the way that they feel, because that is out of your control. You cannot determine how you're going to make someone feel. You are just being you. And if that triggers someone, or if someone doesn't like that, that's not your responsibility. So, in the same way, if someone makes you feel a certain way or triggers you, that isn't their responsibility. Because if you are being triggered, that means you need to learn to trust yourself, because there's something within you that wants your attention, because there's something out of alignment, hence being triggered by other people, and therefore allowing your bad feelings to be the result of other people. But that isn't the case. That just means that you have things out of alignment with who you truly are. And until you focus on them by feeling those feelings, allowing yourself to get to the root cause to why you're being triggered, why people are making you feel triggered, and then you can release those emotions. Because everything in this life is happening for you. It always has and it always will. Everything is there for you, and it's there for you to grow, expand your soul. And just because your life is a certain way and you don't like the way that it is at the moment, that does not mean it's going to be that way forever. Things change instantaneously depending on how your perspective and mindset can change. Because if you are always going to play victim, if you are never going to take accountability for anything, then you're always going to have situations over and over and over till the point where you literally feel like you cannot live, and then you might change your perspective. But it's very crucial and a lot easier for you to get to that place before you hit rock bottom. But I understand how a lot of people don't gain that awareness until they hit rock bottom, until there is no other way. But what have you got to lose if you believe in yourself now? Like, you've got nothing to lose. What have you got to lose if you try and be more positive? Not try, but be more positive. And what have you got to lose if you take accountability and just act like you are the creator? Even having that in your awareness, so you're more cautious when you're speaking, because now you realize you're the creator. When you're speaking, you're going to be more mindful. When you're taking in content, you're going to be more mindful what that content is. When you're listening to people, you're going to be more mindful who you hang around with. Like, you haven't got anything to lose if you start believing in yourself. But you have to start believing in yourself for you to realize that this life is for you, and it's no one's fault that you feel this way. Otherwise, you could be holding a grudge from something that happened during you in childhood. You know, maybe a parent did something to you and you're 47 or something and you still have that grudge from childhood. Well, what is your life going to look like? Everyone in your life is going to trigger you until you release what you're holding on to, because it's about freeing yourself from your experiences so you can move on from them. And when you look back on them, you don't have a feeling associated with it. You may be able to think about it, but because you're looking at it from a different perspective now, because you understand a lot now, there's no feeling attached to it. It's not weighing you down. It's not making you live in lack, because you've forgiven. But to forgive, you have to forgive yourself. So understand, this life is for you and you want it to be here.